Hello everyone, it's Adam here. I spent about an hour playing with the new R1300GS, not riding one, but I wanted to highlight a couple things that I had noticed while I was, I spent a lot of time with these bikes. And so yeah, I was gonna go through this real quick as I go through here. Yeah, just a bunch of cool stuff. So larger heat shield, plastic heat shield over the exhaust, much lighter center stand and you have very lightweight skid plate with a lot of holes in it. This is the 719 the top end version. You can see there's three mounting points for crash bars on each side of the engine case, which interesting for people that are going to add crash bars, aftermarket crash bars. I couldn't tell if that black cylinder there is the charcoal canister or the ESA external shock valve, damping valve. So I really don't know. No change on the spokes, but I did note there just the tire size for anyone that was watching that wants to back up and see what the tire sizes are. You can see here how everything fastens together. Behind that little bit there, inside of that lower part of the frame, is where the battery and the rear brake fluid reservoir are. I'll zoom in a little closer to those later. And this here is your Vario connector to hook and unhook your Vario panniers with the same kind of jut out on the passenger foot peg that you had before on the Varios. So you might have to shave that off if you need to. Here are the new designs for the adjustable brake levers, and you can see how there is now a little bit of electronic connector that's running to the handguards, which include the turn signals. On both the Trophy and the 719, both of them had the integrated turn signals inside of the handguards. I don't like this personally. I plan on replacing the handguards, and so I would have to figure out a way to body mount blinkers so that I could still pass inspection, but have much stronger handguards that aren't plastic. And you can see here on the side mirror, this includes the blind spot monitoring. So same thing. If you want to install double take mirrors, you're going to lose your blind spot detection. And again, it's probably going to throw a bunch of error codes, unfortunately. This is aluminum on the side piece there. Everything else is totally unapologetically plastic. And then you have, no, this is a dot matrix LED, so it will support cornering as opposed to the other ones, which are just up down. This is actually going to be up down and left right cornering lights. That there is the module for the LED or the radar. Same tail lever suspension. Everything looks a little bit thinner on the tail lever wishbone. But you have here a steering stabilizer. You have a little bit of baked-in protection over those rad guards, or the baked-in protection of the radiators. And then up top of the light is the automatic cruise control radar system. BMW branded brakes. Everything looks very similar to the current 1250 GS as far as the construction with the same pinch bolts, just minor design changes overall. And now looking underneath, you see that we have a new cast aluminum shaft drive enclosure. Underneath it is a drain hole for water, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, more on those like adjustable levers right there. Button layout is the same, but you get an up-down windshield button if your bike is equipped with a motor for the windshield. And then you have a phone pocket for your phone, and it's just above the tank there, which presumably will have wireless charging. I didn't see a USB connector inside of there. This being a 719 spec, you get the heated seat, and you also have an interesting design of the seat kind of going up the tank there as well. All this is plastic. Grab handles are plastic. The rear radar is plastic. The license plate holder is also plastic. And then you have the current looking turn signals on the back. Yeah, everything here is plastic. All the guards, everything. Plastic possum scraper on the rear. A little bit larger hole for the way the shaft drive is there. The paralever up top there, all that stuff is very, very similar design to today. So this is evolutionary in the whole drivetrain of what you had previously. You can see on the right side there a glimpse of a little bit of a dimple. Also, you see BMW is QR coding their parts now for authenticity. This has a 719 package again, so it has the 719 shifters and brake lever and pegs. Also of note, it looks like the engine is almost side by side now, where it used to be a little bit off by an inch or two. There's your intake manifold with your control electronics there. Another removable piece there, which presumably also can access the brakes. I don't know. And you didn't see it on the other side. The oil filter is now submerged. It's in a little drop there. Oh, I gotta must point this out. This is the new center stand design. So you no longer hit that with your heel when you're off-roading, but when you need to lift the bike on the center stand, you pull that little lever, push up on it, and you're good to go. You've got a catalytic converter and a silencer underneath, kind of not a silencer, but like a secondary air damping thing underneath the bike. But yeah, look here. Well, there's the coolant reservoir behind that little floating piece there. So same as the current 1250. And if you look underneath, you'll see underneath the right cylinder, there is that little hole for the oil filter. Both for the steering stabilizer, a lot of electronics under the beak. So if you hit something with the beak or hit the beak off, you're going to cost yourself a few grand. Yeah. Just kind of looking here closely at the frame. That submerged bolt there to the seat, the one that was recessed, that is the shock mount. So you have to remove the seat to get to that shock bolt. This is the forged Enduro wheel. I would still go spoke personally, but that's a closer look at the Enduro wheel. And that where the BMW logo is, that rear traffic, cross traffic alert there. And you see how the engine is a little bit more straight. It's like the crank has been redesigned, basically. I'm out of time. Bunch of cool stuff. I feel like making another video about this because there were so many little tidbits I found when I was doing this. But I am happy I got to cover this with you. And yeah, I look forward to seeing one in person. When I get one in person, no, I'm not being invited to any sort of press launch, nor am I in BMW's press pool. But if I do get invited to go to a dealer for a demo day and take one out for an hour or two, I'm going to take a much longer video pointing out all the little nitty-gritty details for the 1250 GS and the 1300 GS. Thanks for watching, everyone. Ride safe.